everyone, Sierra Games here, and today we are going to be playing some more Jump King. And as you can see, we are in, I don't know what I'm doing with my hands right now, we are in the church level, meaning, I just call them levels. That's probably not what you're supposed to call them, but just let me have this. This is the church level, and as you can see, I cannot fall down. I mean, I can still fall down, but the point is I can't fall down so badly that I end up in the forest level, which is the beginning of the game. So, we've made it so far, in fact, that we are going to be at the church for the foreseeable future, which is very exciting for me. It's kind of like, the checkpoint I've always dreamed of. So, I can't even be mad at the church. I love the church. I love going to this church. I love being at this church because it represents for me, what does it represent? 21 hours. 21 hours and 20 minutes of hard work that I'm not going to mess up if I do 3 bad jumps in succession. I won't go plummeting all the way back down to the ground. So it's a pretty big deal. Last stream we made it to 3,000 falls, so very impressive. That's our new record of falls. We're gonna try to make it to 4,000 falls. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to make it to 4,000, but that's probably what's gonna happen if I'm being honest with myself. But yeah, 21 hours in, and I feel like I should almost be done with this game. I feel like I should have been done with this game like 10 hours ago, but we're still pushing, we're still trucking along, and we've made substantial progress. I guess what I'm really trying to say is that I'm very proud of myself for making it this far, making it to the church level. So, with all of that, patting myself on the back over with, let's see if I can remember exactly where I'm supposed to full jump so I can make some darn diddly progress. It looks like I've remembered. Yeah, that looks like the face of someone who's remembered. Oh, just kidding. There we go. I love this stained glass that we're seeing in the background. Very beautiful game. Very beautiful. Mwah, beautiful. I don't know why, but lately I've been obsessed with doing like chef's kisses. I'm like, mwah, beautiful. I call it a chef's kiss. I don't know if there's another word for it, but that's what I call it. I go mwah whenever something good happens. That's not good though. But as you can see, I cannot fall further than this point, or else, that'd be really dumb if I did fall all the way down. That would be totally my fault in that case. I'd have to walk to the left and then fall all the way back down to the forest, which I'm not gonna do. We've already decided. Okay, so at least we got this first screen all sorted. It takes 4 jumps to get to the top, but I don't care if it takes me a little bit of time, as long as it's I make it 100% of the time, which I do. Full jumps are like the bread and butter of this game. You gotta find all of the secret full jumps in order to complete the game. Hey Beatoth, how are you? I would not be able to even beat this game without full jumps. Even though I'm sure there is somebody who has beat this game without the use of full jumps. I will not be doing that. That sounds utterly crazy. So this is where we're finding ourselves right now. We're finding ourselves, woo! Slippin' and sliding in Ice World here. And, I don't hate it. I don't hate this area. I find it very peaceful, but, ask me in 5 hours if I hate this area, and I might tell you something different if I'm still stuck in it, Bobby, hey! Oh, man, I was driving, right, in my car, Wow, yeah, what a thought driving. But I was driving in my car, and apparently I played Dance Magic Dance from the soundtrack of the Labyrinth too much, and like my boyfriend's like, you need to find some like other songs to listen to. Like, this is getting ridiculous. And I'm like, okay, I'll change it. And then I ended up playing some like parody songs, and he's like, no, that's not what I meant. And then I started playing TV show soundtracks. So I think I have a problem with soundtracks. I can't stop listening to soundtracks of movies and TV shows, or like parody songs that YouTubers make. They're not even good. I mean, there's not like a lot of I guess time put into it, but I love that kind of stuff. I just love songs like that, but apparently I need to get a better taste in music, is what I was told. Just recently, yes. Yeah, but Labyrinth has a great soundtrack, so I mean, I tried listening to David Bowie's other stuff, but like I don't have the emotional connection. Like, I don't know what to visualize in my head when the song's going on. I mean, maybe I can get more into music if I start watching, what's it called? Music videos. Maybe that's what I need. I need some sort of visual to, you know, connect with the music. Maybe that's my problem. I'm having a breakthrough over here. Yeah, maybe that's what I need. But I unlocked the hairdo. What, my hairdo or the hat in this game? This is called No Gel. That's what this look is called, and I have a love-hate relationship with gel. Some days I love it. I'm like, oh, yes, gel. And then at the end of the day, my hair's all like, you know what gel does to your hair, right? It makes your hair all like hard and, you know, kind of like a rock. I don't like that. I don't like that part of gel. So some days I don't even bother. I don't even bother with the gel. Oh yeah. Haha. Okay, so this is our current conundrum. We've never made it past this screen before. I need a better taste in music or boys. Yeah, I should have just... I need an eject button on my passenger seat for anybody who comes into my car and complains about my soundtrack music. I could press the button and just eject them. Out of the roof. My convertible top can come up, and then the seat can, eject. Perfect combination. I don't even need to ruin my car to eject this person out, because the top can just simply remove itself. But yeah, so, I mean, if all I listen to now is, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but all I've been listening to is Labyrinth soundtrack, the movie, and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, the TV show, which I know is a little bit more, you know, I guess cringy. Some of the songs are bad, but a lot of them are like really funny. Oh, or Gallivant, the TV show. Highly recommend Gallivant, more so than Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend's kind of like that guilty kind of show where it's exactly what it sounds like it is. It's about like a crazy ex-girlfriend, so it's not everyone's cup of tea. However, Gallivant is like a historical musical parody sort of show. It's fantastic. I think it's on Netflix. So if y'all haven't seen it, I recommend it. Oh, snap! Oh! Ow! Oh man, I wish I could... Oh, that drops the worst. I hate when that happens. Alright, just send me all the way back down. I'll reset here. Oh man, how are you guys doing? Bobby and Bo Bandle, how are you doing? Oh, and Bayatoth, of course. Yes. I'm getting, I mentioned this before, but the colors throw me off, right? Bayatoth and Bo Bandle, your colors on chat right now are like both this, I would say like a reddish kind of color, and it's throwing me off. So you'll have to pardon me if I get your names mixed up, because the first thing I look at, I guess, in chat is the colors. So I get thrown off very easily. Oh, wow. Okay. So your thing is that you listen to certain tracks like on different times of the year. Nice, nice. I wish I had the same thing going for me, but I've been listening to a lot of Halloween music. Like parody music about Halloween. Um it's so bad. It's yeah, I listen to a lot of music about Halloween even though it's not even close to Halloween. I've been doing that since January. And I don't even like Halloween. I just like songs about Halloween, especially if they're making fun of the holiday. You know, stuff like if you're pushing me for an example, I guess like Spooky Boys Spooky Hoes. Spooky Hoe by Danny Gonzalez has been stuck in my head for months. He's a YouTuber that I watch. And what's it called? I think it has to do, the Ninja Sex Party people, they have another band, it's not Game Grumps or whatever, but they do parody songs on video games, and I really like their parody song, with, what is it, Dracula in it and stuff like that, and they're all playing Twister. I know, this probably doesn't make any sense if you haven't heard the song. I am explaining it fairly well, though. And it's like everyone's invited to Dracula's house to play some Twister. I wish I could remember what that song was called, but that's another Halloween song that I've been listening to since January. Oh, you like the pretty windows, Bobby? Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind this place at all. This represents all of the hard work I've put into this game so far. Since I've made it here. Not a lot of people can say that they've made it to this stage, so it's kind of like my my trophy of participation. Wow, you made it to the church. Congratulations. That sort of thing. So I'm pretty darn proud of myself. Woo. You know, now I keep thinking about the whole the song that I was trying to tell you guys about. I feel like it has something to do with Castlevania, but I could be wrong. Man, I don't... Oh, wait, I think I might be able to find it. Yeah, I got a lot of... all of my recently added music right now is all parody songs. So, hold on, let's see if I can find this. I think it's here somewhere. Oh my gosh, it says recently played and all of the songs are like 10 songs on repeat. I'm seriously going insane, I guess. It's all the same songs. Oh, that's so funny. Hold on, I'll check for a couple more seconds. I'm looking. Looking. Do I really not? Oh, Star Bomb. That's what they're called. Star Bomb. They do like a bunch of parody songs on like different video games and stuff. But I have been addicted to the song. Let's see. Let me see here. Crashervania. Crashervania is my favorite. It does have curse words in it though, so a fair warning. It's not PG-13. I'm glad I was able to find it though. Oh yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's definitely some songs for me too, Bantoth, where like if I listen to it, I think about a particular like moment in time. You know, sometimes it's not like exactly fond memories, but I usually associate like songs with people, especially if like a song like reminded me of a person at some point in time, or if a person showed me a song. Every time I listen to that song, I'll think of that person. And that's immediately what I'll think about every time I hear the song, and like I can't change it to anything else. That's why I try to find music myself, honestly. If somebody recommends something to me, like I just imagine them listening to the same song, and I can't think about anything else. It's very weird. I'm just like, why did they want me to listen to this song? And then I ask myself like a million questions. and then obviously associate that song with them for the rest of my life. So I like just exploring and finding my own kind of stuff to listen to. Like, I think I've shared this before on stream, but I used to hate metal, and there are certain kinds of metal that I can't listen to. Like, I don't like metal where I don't know what the people are saying. Like, if they're just growling at me and they sound like demons, like, that's a little bit concerning. But I like metal where they're screaming and I understand them. Like, that's my favorite. And when I was a kid, when I was, I think in 6th grade or something, my crush at the time loved Slipknot. And at the time when I was in 6th grade, I didn't want anything to do with metal. It scared me. But there was like these 2 songs that I knew that he listened to. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, Slipknot, who are these people? So I listened to those songs and I hated them. I hated them so much. And I think I just listened to them so much that I started enjoying them. I don't know when that happened, but then I became an actual fan of Slipknot, even though I was just doing it to impress my crush. So now every time I think of Slipknot, I think of that person. Oh, and side note, I don't think I mentioned this on stream before, and the person's not in chat, obviously, but the person who actually, okay, so I've had a lot of art done on this channel, but I got one of my that person, that old crush from middle school, to draw something for my channel, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like high-fiving my middle school self. I'm like, that's awesome, because I was never able to have a normal conversation with him, and then he's an artist now, so I was able to commission something from him a while ago. So that was my I guess it took me like 16 years to talk to him, and we're always friends on social media, right? But besides listening to metal, so I could like talk about metal music with him sometimes, we never really had a full conversation. So yeah, I was able to do that. Now that I'm, you know, when I was in my 20s, I was finally able to talk like a normal human being. Oh my gosh, we finally made it up here. Okay, we've never made it up here before. Oh, stay up here. Okay, what's up here? Oh, jeez. Why is everything shaking? The tower, it's called. Oh, that's loud. Hi, Ninja, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, it is loud up here. Ah, my ears. So, this is fine. This is fine. No, please. Okay, so that's the furthest we've ever gotten. This is good. We're making progress. Fantastic. Oh yeah, his internet. It's just been horrible, horrible, horrible. Yeah, he's just taken a... Whoa. Ah! Ah! Hold on. I'm falling. Ah! Please. Please help. Okay. We're okay. That part was spooky with the music. Yeah, the tower is pretty spooky. Hopefully we can get back up there quickly. Yeah, I hope Camel's internet's fixed soon. It makes sense, though, that he doesn't want to stream with the cruddy internet. Because, you know, when you stream, you want to have, you know, you don't want to have to worry about stuff like that. Otherwise, it's like, why stream at all? If you're going to have issues like that, you know, pervasive, and it's so stressful. I can only imagine. I mean, my internet's pretty bad, but I keep pushing through. But the only reason is because, like, you know, it happens every 2 hours, so it's not nearly as bad as what Camel's internet's been doing. But yeah, I hope it gets fixed soon. Ah! My internet's very what's it called? Finicky, but it's not. I don't know if it's a fixable problem, but I should be moving fairly soon, so that's gonna be fun to have a different internet provider. I'm hoping that will solve my like in and out internet problems. Okay. What am I gonna do? Oh! Okay, I'm fine, I'm fine. Alright. Where am I jumping? I need a reminder. Oh, right, to the right. Oh! Oh, that... Wait a second. You can stand on that? Oh, crud. Oh, crud! Oh, crud! Oh! Oh! Please. No more. No more falling. Oh, gosh. Oh, well. It's okay. I don't know. It looks like to me that the tower is going to be like one of the last areas of the game. But maybe I'm just kidding myself. Maybe, there's probably more to the game than that. Okay. Anyways, what were we talking about? We were talking about internet. We were talking about music. Why was I sliding so much? We were talking about my obsession with soundtrack music. And then even like when I'm writing my masters or whatever, when I'm doing homework, that sort of thing, I'm like listening to game soundtracks. So I guess it is very true that I am obsessed with soundtracks. The proof is in the pudding. So if you're on Camel's Discord, I was mentioning that I watched a bad movie. You guys were wanting me to watch RoboCop or like this other, like a superhero movie, but I tried looking it up and it's not free. Like, it was doing this weird thing where I looked up, like, let's say RoboCop, and it's like, oh yeah, it's free with a Hulu subscription. So, you know, I'm excited because it says it's on Hulu, so I look it up, and then I realize that you need, like, another subscription in order to access the Hulu subscription. It's like subscriptionception, and it's so annoying. But I need, like, an HBO add-on to access a lot of movies on Hulu, which, that is a whole other thing that I'm not willing to pay for, because it's like, ugh, why would I pay another monthly subscription for something else when I should already be getting it? So I wasn't able to watch RoboCop, or that other movie that was recommended to me. So the next best thing I did is I kind of gave up, and, I ended up watching, the first movie that was recommended to me on Hulu. So, it was a new movie that came out on Hulu on June 12th, so last week. And the movie is called Good Dog. And I'll tell you all about the movie in a little bit, because I wrote notes. I was like, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna write notes so I can accurately remember the movie, but it's pretty much the most basic movie I've ever seen in my life, and I watched it so you guys wouldn't have to watch it. It's called Good Dog, and it's a, believe it or not, it's a thriller horror. So I don't know why Hulu thought I needed some horror in my life, because I never watch horror movies, but it was the first thing in the For You section. Maybe because it has to do with a cute dog. But it's basically about a dog that murders on behalf of its owner. And it's an emotional support dog. So it's a very, very strange movie. It's rated R, and it's just, I don't know. I felt like my brain cells kind of died after watching it, so I will give you guys the lowdown on that, but I don't know if I'll be able to accurately describe the movie while I'm jumping, so maybe in a little bit I'll give you more. I'll give you my full review on Good Dog. But yeah, that's what I did this week, or I guess yesterday is what that's what I did. And then Yeah, and then I was thinking to myself, maybe I should watch a good dog movie to counteract the fact that I just watched a horrible dog movie. But then, you know, I was thinking about doing that, and then I couldn't keep myself from thinking about the bad movie. So at that point, I just, I didn't watch 2 movies, is what I'm trying to say. I only watched 1. Although, you know, if I watched, I could have watched 2 movies called Good Dog and compared the 2, which maybe I'll do someday. Watch the other Good Dog movie. Whoop. There we go. All right. Okay. All my concentration is going into this. Ah! Please! Ah! I have to keep walking so I don't fall off the ice, but if I keep walking, then I die, so. Okay, that's not enough of a jump. I'm getting a little bit timid with my jumps, I'm noticing. Oh. Alright. Come on, Sierra. Push through it. Push through this. Besides watching a really bad movie this week, my week has been, interesting. I agreed to do summer school, so I'm gonna be starting that next week, but it's all online, so, I don't have to go anywhere. I can just stay at home. Yeah. So I guess teaching summer school will be my actual, like, first teaching position, which is very exciting. So that's, like, you know, the biggest news of this week. Woo! There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, we're back at this jump. That one jump can really mess you up. Okay. There we go. And I heard that, oh, another thing that I did was I watched my boyfriend play The Last of Us, and I've never played it before. But I was watching him do it, and it looks pretty good. It was a good game. It looks pretty good. I was gonna say The Last of Us 2 that comes out today. Now that looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna end up playing it or watching my boyfriend play it again tonight. So I am excited for that. I haven't seen any spoilers of it, because I guess there's so many spoilers out there for The Last of Us 2, but thankfully I've stayed in the dark, so I don't know what's gonna go on at all, or what's gonna happen at all. And when I saw The Last of Us, you know, the first game, I got The Last of Us and The Walking Dead, like the Telltale game The Walking Dead, I got them mixed up in my head for some reason. Because I've seen gameplay of both of those games, and they're not the same game by any regard, you know, but the story seemed the same in my head, because I guess, you know, in Last of Us and, you know, The Walking Dead, there's zombies in both of them, you know, somebody's trying to get you, and then there's like a father figure and then a little girl. So when I was watching The Last of Us, I thought I knew what was gonna happen. But then when something else happened entirely, I was like, oh, I'm getting Telltale confused with The Last of Us, which, you know, is a sentence and a sentiment I never would have thought, you know, I'd ever say. I'm not a huge fan of Telltale games. Walking Dead was their best one. But then I think about the other things that they've tried to do, like Game of Thrones, and I cringe a little bit inside. But The Walking Dead was definitely their best one. But, you know, those kinds of games aren't for everyone. It's kind of like how Until Dawn is. You know, very story heavy. You know, you gotta react, make choices, air quotes on choices. that have an effect on the ending, that sort of thing. You think they look ugly as heck? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that looks good to me, but, you know, I'm gonna have to give you a point for that one, Mons. I'd have to agree. I have to agree. The Telltale games look kind of, weird. And that's surprising because a lot of it's story-based, right? So you think that they'd want some beautiful graphics to go with it, because it's not like there's a huge amount of, like, what I would call, like, traditional gameplay. You know, platforming or, you know, strategizing, that sort of thing. So you think that they'd spend a little bit more time doing the graphics for, like, a Telltale game. But I'm sure they look fine to some people. Alright, go walk your dog, Ninja. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. Stay safe while walking your dog this late at night. Yeah, so it's not everyone's cup of tea. At least Until Dawn, like, looks good. I for some reason I can't remember the developer who made Until Dawn and Man of Medan, that sort of thing. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about when I say Until Dawn. But yeah, they make the games look good. So, you know, even if you're just making choices, the game is, you know, visually appealing to look at. And I do like Until Dawn. It, you know, with something that relies on story so much, you've got to, like, nail it. Or, you know, at least give lots of choices to your, the people who are playing it, or else there's, like, no point in, playing it. Then it's like a visual novel, basically. That's why people get so mad, I think, when, they play, like, a Telltale game or a game that's only story, and then they realize there's only, like, 2 endings, and everything that you've done doesn't matter at all. It comes down to, like, one choice at the end. And, you know, I agree with those people who are pissed off when they get to the end of a game and realize that all of their choices were in vain. I completely understand it. But, yeah, that's completely understandable to be angry at something like that. What is a full-on QTE game? Is that an acronym? QTE? Or are you trying to say cutie? That would be a weird way to write cutie. I don't know. If you say it out loud, it's QT. I've seen people spell the word cutie in really, really weird ways. QuickTime event, thank you. Yes, thank you for the translation. Yeah, full-on QuickTime events. I am not a huge fan of QuickTime events. And yeah, my friends even less so. They get so angry. I've seen a lot of my friends just get mad, like if a QuickTime event comes up that they weren't expecting. And I understand them. Like, it's just, I don't know. QuickTime events are kind of like jump scares in my opinion. They fulfill some kind of role, right, in a game where it's like, oh, you gotta think fast, or, you know, the jump scare comes out and you're supposed to be scared, but there's other ways you could do it that are better. Like, for, you know, QuickTime events, you could actually, like, have some sort of, you know, I don't know, like some actual, I guess, gameplay or like choices or some prompt that something's gonna happen before it happens. You know, so it wouldn't be a QuickTime event at that point, but you could change it in a way to make it a little bit better. And then for jump scares, you know, nothing can replace, you know, ambiance and stuff. So there's always, I think there are better alternatives to QuickTime events. Having too many of them suck. Really, really sucks. And that's something that Until Dawn obviously suffered from, even though I did enjoy the game. And then you go through it the second time and you're like, oh, okay, I know this is gonna happen then, and then, you know, I can prepare for it. You know. But you shouldn't have to replay a game in order to play the way that you want, you know? There's a Walking Dead VR game? What, like the Telltale Walking Dead? Yeah, I've been really interested in VR lately. I really want to, like, I don't know. I think I would want to own it, I think, but I also get really scared. I've only played VR like a handful of times when I'm at a friend's house. And I don't like it when there are enemies after me or if there are projectiles flying at my face because I'm not used to it. But, you know, if I had VR, I would definitely play it. Ooh. Just maybe not the games I would normally play. Like, I definitely would not want to play, you know, there's like a Castle Siege game in VR. That's supposed to be pretty good, but it's a lot when there's like skeletons running at you and firing bows and arrows and stuff like that. I don't know if the Walking Dead VR game would have zombies after me. It sounds like a fun concept for people who are brave enough. Well, I'm still... Oh, and you know what? I was just about to say that I'm still waiting for... Man, I'm playing really poorly right now. You'll have to pardon me. But I really want, like, a good Star Trek game, I was about to say. But I heard that the Star Trek VR game is supposed to be really good, where you're, like, a captain on the bridge. Oh my gosh. I would love to play Star Trek VR. I forgot what it's called. Probably something about the Enterprise. But, yeah. That's how I feel about Star Trek. They need, like, an open world Star Trek game where I can fly around and be like Captain Kirk and, you know, complete missions and stuff on different worlds. That would be amazing. Bridge crew. Yeah. Of course I would need friends to play with, but... but, yeah. I would love to play that game. Oh, I can't make that jump anymore. Elite Force? I've played... Is it called Sniper Elite Force? I've played a game called Sniper Elite Force, I think. Where you're running around sniping people. I know, a very good description. So maybe I've played it? Ooh. I could be mixing up the title with something else, though. I have a tendency to merge game titles together. Oh, it's Star Trek. Oh! No, I have not heard of it. Let me up! Let me up, let me up, let me up. Oh. Ugh, so bad. Huh. Yeah, I haven't heard of that before. And I did try playing, what's called, the massively multiplayer, the MMORPG for Star Trek. And I just could not get into it, because it looks terrible. And it just wasn't, that interesting to me. I only played like a couple of hours of it before I got bored. Alright, go, go, go! So speaking of, there's two of them. Oh, interesting. What consoles are they for, Mons? Speaking of Star Trek, I just got Star Trek Year 5. It's like a new comic that recently came out. And I think there's 12 comics in the series. I have 1 through 8 now. But, yeah, it's about, like, the original crew, you know, and then what they ended up doing on their 5th year in space on the Enterprise, and it's pretty darn good. It is really good. But I ended up just starting to read it because I bought comics like 1 through 8 from my local comic book store, and in December, mind you, December of 2019. I ordered 1 through 8, and they gave me 1 through 8, except they did not have number 4 in stock. And they're like, oh, Sierra, we will write down your name and we will let you know once it gets delivered to our store. I'm like, okay. And then I called every day, or once every 2 weeks, and they kept saying it wasn't at their store yet. And eventually I forgot about it. And just last week, or a couple days ago, 6 months later I called, and I'm like, hey, do you have my, the number 4, the 4th comic of Star Trek, Year 5? Because I bought it a while ago, and, I've already paid for it, and I still don't have it. And they're like, nope, we still don't have it. And then the lady was like, oh, it looks like it got delivered to the wrong place. So basically, it got sent into a different box about 5 months ago. So it's somewhere else right now. And I looked at them. I didn't look at them. I was talking to them on the phone. I looked at myself in the mirror. And I was just beside myself. And then the owner of the store came on the phone, and he was like apologizing about the manufacturer. I swear I can pronounce my R's. And yeah, they're like, oh, those darn manufacturers, like it's their fault. And while I think it sucks, it's their fault for going 5 months without alerting me or telling me anything about the comic. So it's kind of their fault. And he's like, we can reorder it for you, or I can give you your money back.